Thank you for joining Amokwe TV. Today, we are here live at the compound and home of Pastor, Architect Chukwudi Eze. He has reached the height in all three professions. As a pastor, he has gotten to the highest level in pastoralship. In architectural work and profession, he has designed so many unique houses in Nigeria. In writing, he has won three different awards, special award, and the highest awards you can win as a writer. And we're here with him today. They are celebrating their parents for the life well lived. Mr. late Mr. Louis Eze and late Ezine Teresa Eze. And we're here to ask him how has life been and the impact and what brought the celebration, the remembrance, because they have made a lot of impacts to the children, and that's why they are remembering them and celebrating them. Today in Amokwe is a very big carnival. The road coming into Amokwe, all the road is blocked. It's a very big celebration. Sir, please tell us the impact of your parents and why the family is celebrating and remembering them today.
Thank you very much. First, I want to congratulate Amokwe Television for the very distinguished work you're doing in propagating the affairs of our people in a very constructive, positive, and impactful ways. We are very proud of you. Our prayer is that our children will be greater than us. So we look forward to interesting things happening in your life. Just remain excellence driven, maintain standard of integrity, and God who shows mercy will also show you mercy. So, with regards to the question you asked in terms of why we want to celebrate our parents, our father left when about 60 years ago. We were very little children. We didn't even know what happened because he passed on in his place of work. So it's not as if he died in the house, so we could have seen. So they just took him from there. And then Engineer Christian Nwoko Aneke, who is a distant relation of ours, we can't marry. They said our people came from there to here, but we can't marry. And so he came to our house and offered to take us to his house in Lagos on holidays. Well, you see, we didn't have TV in the house, but he had TV in his house. So it's a good thing. We were very happy. We didn't know that our father had passed on. What's the point I'm trying to make here? Ndị Igbo si na mmadụ ka ego. Human being is more important than money. They stepped in immediately and shielded us from the calamity that was hovering, protected us. So whatever we are today, nobody from this family can claim he's self-made. It's not possible. We're a product of God's mercy and human good. And it reflects in whatever we are doing, from our most senior to the smallest. So he took us home, and it was only 2 days to the burial of our mother that they brought us back. We were in his house having fun, watching Touche the Turtle and Flintstone. When we came home, the shock of seeing our mother all dressed in black, 35 years old, was most devastating. So we wept with her because when she saw us for the first time now, she broke down and wept. And we wept with her also. But you see, my mom was in love with her father. And they lived a good life. And she honored him by making sure that everything he planned to do, she fulfilled them. So the tragedy of our father passing on brought us close. And we decided that our mother, as the captain of the family, will lead us responsibly, and we pledge to cooperate with one another, to find strength in one another. And that is partially what has made us what we are. So it's in celebration, and then we will look back on where we have come from. We've come a long way. Emeka went to the best university on earth, Harvard University. Myself and Tony, we sold up at Onkwaga and sold bread at 82 div. Then it wasn't 82 div during the war, at the Biafran Army headquarters in Enugu. We sold bread and we did all those menial things. But we found strength in the strength of our mother. We found strength in, if you read this brochure, what we call the two greatest uncles in the universe. Our father's senior brother and our mother's senior brother. As far as we are concerned, they are the best uncles that has ever lived. If you have one, let us know. We are not ashamed to say so. These people gave of their all. Our uncle on our mother's side, to encourage the sister, started dividing his income, salary, and giving our mother 50% in Lagos to encourage her. So you see why we cannot say we are self-made. If not for the 50% of our uncle, where would we be today? Secondly, during the war, as our uncle went around the 3 years of the war, he took his sister and her family along. In Port Harcourt, he was given a room and a parlor. Wartime, room and a parlor is a big man. You know, he was in research and production. They were making the bombs, and anyways, he was a very good mechanic, you know, in terms of mechanical things. So, and then when Port Harcourt fell, they moved them to Umanachi in Okigwe. Again, in Umanachi, he was given a room and a parlor. Again, he shared it 50-50. Himself and his entire family slept in the bedroom, while my mother and her entire family slept in the parlor. They never shy anything. I won't care if one day one shy. It was a clear cut, what Christ would call it, agape love, you know. So our uncles gave everything. And I've said our father's brother. Of course, my father named me after his brother, out of love. So Ofafam Waneke, you know, one of my names is Aneke, named after his senior brother. So, of course, I was the closest child to him. He used to come to my house on holiday. I love him so much. I love him so much. I wish he's alive today. I wish my uncles are alive today. But while they were alive, we did the best we could do. Placed all of them on very good salary. Very, very good salary. And until they left this earth, you know, and so we thought, having come this far, having been through all the challenges, God's mercy and grace has continued to speak to us. And his mercy and grace has taken us to the best of the best institutions in the world. I studied in the University of Toronto, which is Canada's best university. Emeka went to Harvard, which is the best in the world. I went to Columbia, which is ranked 8th or 9th or 10th in the world. And we have first class. The Bible says that the race is not to the swift. Say horses are prepared for the day of battle, but it's of God that should mercy. So it's It's of his mercy and his grace. So after having, but again, God expects you to do your own portion. You walk and pray. If you say you want to pray, lock yourself in a room, that the mountain is not going to fall down anywhere. You need to go to the farm, till the earth, put a seed there, and you get your harvest. It is in that you have pure wealth. So our mother led us responsibly, and we supported one another. Let me give an example. Emeka went to America. First, he went to, after the war, about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, or a week after the war. I think it's about a week. I'm not really a week. Emeka came back a year Lagos. Ozu kat Obanonicha. Ozu soldiers. War is bad. When we took the canoe across the River Niger to Asaba to continue to go to Lagos, about a week or so after the war. So he went there. He went to St. Gregory's College. He took me along. I also went to St. Gregory's College. What am I saying here? We decided to support one another. And I said, like, we're not doing a robber. Now wait and all that. So then from Lagos, he got admission to Vassar College, which is an Ivy League school in a way. In those days, the Ivy League schools were 9 schools were all male. Harvard, Columbia, Yale, Princeton, Stanford, and all were male schools like King's College. Then you had what they call the Seven Sisters, like Queen's College and Holy Child College, They were female universities. The Ivy Leagues were strictly male. But in the 1970s, they decided. So Vassar was a female to Yale University, which is an Ivy League, and that kind of thing. So Vassar was like a female Ivy League in a way. And so that's where Emeka went to. And he had a first class in economics, got a direct admission to Harvard. Now, so Emeka went to St. Gregory's College or Durhamga St. Gregory's College. Or with admission to America, partial scholarship. But now but I can form. Also, I will 10 naira for your butter form. Okay, get your butter form. And the idea of going to America, I might have thought of going to England. But what the point I'm trying to make is that he is leading and we are following. Responsible leadership. So I don't know if I might have studied in Nigeria. So he showed the way. And of course, I did very well in WAEC. I had grade 1. And then I had a fully funded American scholarship. I was an American scholar. I didn't have an F1 visa. F1 visa is a general student visa. I had a J1 visa, which means government, that's guaranteed diplomatic visa. So I was a fully funded scholar. So Emeka, but I'm from America, right? Yes. But I'm going there. I have now fully funded scholarship. So what did I do? I brought my 2 brothers. I came to Enugu, took Don to America, asked Tony to move from India and join me in America. What am I talking about now? It is still unity, So Tony's first visit to America, Don's first visit to do their own program was under my auspices, So, and Tony too supports you in whatever you are doing. Don will support you in whatever you're doing. So what's the point I'm trying to make? So we have been through all this. We've been through our challenges. A lot of them have been externally induced. And people are interested to know how we are, but we are still standing. And God is with us and will continue to stand. So that is the thing that we looked at all this in and how far we have come. And it's important once in a while to celebrate life. We say, let us remember our ancestors, those who have gone before us and who have been exemplary in terms of what they have done and the kind of legacy they've left for us. In fact, talking about this cooperation, when you read this, you see that there's a portion where it says Emeka's daughter needed to buy a very expensive camera for her work. Tony's daughter, Ekene, bought it for her. So that legacy that we had from our parents that has come down, it's continued down to the next generation. That is why we say, let us celebrate them because we think they have done well. Wife. So they are both looking at themselves now. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. This is a very interesting story, and it will encourage a lot of people. They will learn from it. Now, what do you have to tell other people in the society growing up, grown already? There's a lot of issues in different families, different places. What do you have to tell them? What advice do you have for them in your own story and the impact the togetherness have done to your life?
Thank you very much. It takes me back to my uncle, my special uncle, Aneke. Obum, Onapom Obuya. Okay?
Yes,
Obum means my namesake. Uh-huh. My uncle Nisi, na Osnongugu. You know, that now he was the head of the family at that time, right? Na Ngugu, Ndubo, Tienake now. That is, he's saying the management of this compound
Okay.
will not be messed up under his care.
Yes. Okay.
Okay? So, you are asking what is the thing they can teach other families? The worst thing you can do is to wish ill for your brother or your sister. Whatever that has made us who we are is unity. They mean there are a lot of outsiders that want us to knock heads together. We've overcome them because God is with us and grace with us, and we are using our common sense too. One name, okay, can you imagine when you don't have a brother? Also, I know get your iri. When you have, look, I tell people, those of us who have first class, America at least, and I think Nigeria, I don't know what they have about 90% and above, right? You got 95% about first class, right?
Yes.
One name, okay, you can 5%.
It's true.
So stop looking for perfection in your brother or your sister because there's no such human being. So when I give my brothers, like I've done for this program, first class, like what I said in the church today, I'm being honest about it. They might have scored 91%. I rated that 9%. You know, get that 9%. Now, I can what I can first class. Oh, I know cook I got that. So get that. God do it. Can get one nigga okay. Be ready to show mercy. Now, let me now speak as a pastor. What the Lord has revealed to me certain things. Let me give you an example how you should take. You are asking me a question, sir. What advice do I have to give to people to make them come out of siege and come into a new life so that they can sing the new song of God's liberty? The Israelites say, how can you make us to sing the Lord's song in a land of captivity? Let me give you a scenario which the Lord shared with me once. If you have a 3-year-old son, he's healthy and all that, on your memory, nah, or let's call it 4-year-old child, your memory on his trouser, what are you going to do to the child? You swamp? No, you spank the child, right? Because you're supposed to supposed to go and wee, right? Right? Is that what you are going to do? Okay. You spank the child because the child is expected to have enough reason to know what to do when he wants to urinate. Now, take it like this. What if the child had malaria, the same child, and wee on his pants? What would you do?
No.
What?
I will mess it for the child.
You will wash him. You will take the dress. Sometimes that's how you have to look at your brother or your sister. And if you understand that he lacks certain things that you have, then mercy should speak. So when you are quiet, it doesn't mean you are stupid. It just means that you have a level of enlightenment. You cannot spank the 4-year-old because there are some forces. Sickness is a force, right?
Yes.
That is compelling him to do what he will normally not have done. That is the best example I can give to you. A 4-year-old child who urinates, you will spank him if he urinates. Don't you know what to do? But if you realize that this child has something is being challenged with, then you take the child and you wash the child and you pet the child and you take good care of him. Am I communicating?
Yes, yeah.
That is a very, very good. It's a very deep,
Lesson.
deep thing. You understand people. You want a bicy, then you show mercy.
Okay. The last one, use this opportunity to thank the family, friends, well wishers that attended, supported in different ways, sacrificed in different ways. Use the opportunity to thank everyone.
Man, the friends are many. Chifugun, only catch your ego. And sometimes it may be a little bit unfair to begin to mention names. But I just give you an example of some. I don't know. It's difficult because they give us their love and care in different proportion in accordance with what they have to give. We are created with different gifts. But there are people like, let me just talk generally speaking now. I'm not mentioning anybody in particular. I say, I want to just thank this one person. I want to give an example in Amokwe. When you are doing something and you bring someone like Professor Ileje to be your chairperson, you can go to bed, you know, and be sure that the thing is going to turn out right. When you have something like Ozo Udeniwe around, he will put his ground, but you can go to bed. See, so we have so many Oigwe, by Mike Uziwe, who, you know, although can hear so where do we want to start? So it's going to be difficult for me to mention because there are so many people who have made a thing like this possible, who have volunteered in. People came from America for this. How do you explain it? Those my people, they're flowing from Abuja, you know, and they are not just here to look, they're here to contribute. So, and then of course, there are people who are praying for you. So, all you do is to say, Father, those who have stood by us, may they never lack. You let the world know that there's still a God that dwells in the heavens that controls their affairs of their life. For Jesus Christ said, fear not, for I'm with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining this wonderful interview. It has been an interview that is even being the interview, we have so much learned a lot. Thank you so much for having us, and we appreciate you. Anybody watching Amokwe TV anywhere all over the world, we say thank you for watching Amokwe TV. Thank you for supporting Amokwe TV. We'll continue to give you the best and we'll continue to get better. Thank you and God bless you.